Hi student, we come across the sreang of Ranaganchi. You know the word meaning of the sreang, Ranaganchi, right? It was a ship voyage from Liverpool to Calcutta during the British rule of India. The author said or tell how the hero of the story managed a potential calamity. That means face a calamity silently and bravely. The hero is, we know, the slang name Hassan, and the potential calamity here, smallpox. How he faced with silently and bravely. That was the incident here explained by Dr. A.J. Cronin, and A.J. Cronin itself was one of the characters here, working in the ship as a doctor. Right, Ranaganchi is the name of the ship. Okay, the ship was crowded, packed with passengers from stem to stem. Stem to stern means up and down. It's full of passengers. I already told the passengers as mostly these Indians, that's Anglo Indians and Navy members or Army members. Are packed with the passengers from stern to stern, the usual tourists and pleasure seekers. They are the some of them was army men, some of them was pleasure seekers. That means just want to travel. Some of them were tourists, and together with a large number of Anglo-Indian Army officers, many of whom were accompanied by their wives and families. Okay, these are the passengers. Who are the passengers in the ship? I already told the ship was full of passengers, pleasure seekers, tourists, Anglo-Indian Army officers with their family. From the first night out, there was a tremendous gaiety. Gaiety means happy. On board. On board means inside the ship. The chief among the social promoters was Miss Job Smith. We already know about Job Smith. She working in the ship as social promoter, chief social promoter, Miss Job Smith, English woman, who had overheard on the boat deck morning of our departure. Yes, already explained the character of Miss Job Smith. Marge Job Smith was the thrashing person. The full name Marge Job Smith was thrashing person. That means arrogant, not good person. Obviously, clearly over 30 years old, 30 years old, got up in a dashing style of look younger, very look like very young as very dressed well. She was not only a snob but a bore. Snob means very cruel and also boring woman, an assertive bore. That means they mock others. That was his always he did the job like that, to mock others. We reached the port side. That's a port side is a place. We reached, I mean, the ship reached. Everyone went to ashore excitingly. That means most of them comes down the shore, seashore, come back with the silks, shawls, gets scent and jewelry. They purchased from the port side. From the sports side, they purchased some of the item, shawls, cigarettes, scent, silks, jewelry item. Then we were through the Red Sea. After that, the ship moving to Red Sea. Now moving to Red Sea, past the barren rock of Aden. That is one of the famous rock, Aden rock, in the sea, in the Red Sea, and out upon the wide Arabian Sea. Now enter into the Arabian Sea. This is the moments of ships here explained. Yeah, this paragraph explained about the Med Job Smith character. I already told sometimes the character sketch of Med Job Smith will come. She was a woman, a British woman, She is most boring woman, but at the same time got up a dashing style of look younger, 30 years old, trusting person. That paragraph it should be by her. Character sketch of Job Smith, full name Marge Job Smith. She was a woman, right? Another ship movements also explained here. Now they entered into Arabian Sea on the following morning. Well, next paragraph. Listen. On the following morning, as I held my consultation in a surgery adjoining my cabin, I means here, who? Yes, A.J. Cronin, as a doctor. His surgery room, the sreang Hassan appeared. What he want to say? Bringing with him two of his lascars. Lascar means worker in a deck. Lascars means worker. Hassan bring two person. Who are they? They are worker in the ship. He inclined his head in a respectful salam and addressed to me. His voice was harassed. Harassed means very rough voice. Yet it had a steady undertone. He said it. He first agreed to the Ejakrani doctor as salam and said it. Dr. Sahib, I fear these men are sick. Okay. Who said these words to whom? Srang Hassan said these words to Ejakrani, means doctor. He brings two laskars, that means worker. Maybe Hassan doubted these two people are sick. That's why he taken these two men in front of Dr. Ejikrani. Alright, from this paragraph we can understand what a careful person Hassan is, or was and was. Right, well, the seamen certainly did not look well. They complained of general malaise. Malaise means uh, one of a disease called Vasuri. This means smallpox. Vasuri, Malayalam is smallpox in English. Of intense headache and racking bone pain. Bone pain and severe headache is a reason, the symptom of malice, malaise. The smallpox malaise symptom is that racking bone pains, that means pulling, racking means pulling, pulling bone pains and headache, severe headache. They looked frightened too. Frightened means afraid too. As he asked them to strip and began my examination. Both were fevered. Fevered means yes, funny, okay, with the thicky folded tongues and that dry skin. There were symptoms of smallpox. Thicky folded tongues. Fold means kuru. And that dry skin, which is nature's gravest warning. That is a warning of smallpox. And then, to my horror, my means here, doctor, my palpating. Palpate means the what is the movements of nerves. Nadi dip, palpitating fingers became aware of the scattering of hard little nodes. Nodes means kuru. Cheri cheri kuru nodes. It is said to be. So it is a symptom of smallpox. Have you ever caught smallpox in this class? Yeah, some of them. All right, right. So under the wrist skin of each man, from the wrist skin, it started this nodes. It was an unmistakable symptom of smallpox. The thing you must be understood that A.J. Cronin, he was a great doctor, uh, but before his first appointment or first or second, he's just practiced as a doctor in the ship for money. He was not at that time. He was not a famous doctor. He just started his practice. So A.J. Cronin is too much afraid. Hassan has no fear and frightened. He's very calmly deal these things, but doctor too much afraid because he's a fresh as a doctor in this. So here Hassan gave great help to doctor here. So this paragraph we can understood some of the words and also the symptom of malice we can understood from this paragraph. What is the symptoms? What is the first steps if a smallpox comes? If a smallpox comes, maybe you did caught. What was the trouble you have faced? Is it? It's too much trouble, isn't it? It is not only trouble to us, and but also the trouble for others also, because it's epidemic disease. It's spreading disease. That's why we should have to take precautions, or we should have take some wall in front of others, isn't it? Yes. So the thing is that happened in this ship. Ship is still moving. Hassan's now taken two lascars, I mean workers in the ship in front of the doctor. And after doctor examined, doctor understood that this is a smallpox symptom. So doctor too much afraid because he's not well experienced. All right. Young and next paragraph. Okay. Young and inexperienced. That means I already taught, not experienced. In my profession, profession means you're a doctor. I had not learned to control my feelings. My expression must have altered, altered means change, visibly, for although the sreang said nothing, his lined and battered face assumed to look for a deeper gravity. Battered means crushed, destroyed. Gravity means seriousness. Hurriedly, with a beating heart, I made my way to the bridge. So this paragraph says about the inexperience of a doctor, because I already told Ajay Cronin is fresh in that time. Is too much fear, but our hero Sang Hassan is too confident and very serious. Is never fear about that. So that's why doctor is surprised about this man. All right, next paragraph. Well, Captain Hamble was not there. Captain, I already told there is a lot of job in the ship, profession in the ship. One of them is captain. Captain is all in all in the ship, in charge of the ship. So his name is Humble, was not there. Captain name is Humble. But in the chat room below, he is not in his room now. He is in the chat room. He looked up sharply as burst in, "Sir, my voice broke." Because my here means Doctor Ajay Crowley. He want to say this news to Captain, and he goes to Captain room, but Captain was not there. Then he searched in the chat room. Captain is there. Captain name is Mr. Humble. Then doctor said to Captain, "What? Sir, my voice broke." My voice means here doctor voice is broke. Means very fearful because he's not experienced. "I have to report a smallpox on board. Two of them deck hands." Deck means the floor of the ship. Board means inside the ship. I saw his lips draw tightly together. Okay. So it's a conversation between doctor and Captain Humble. Ajay Cronin and Humble talk. What Ajay Cronin said to Humble? Ajay Cronin said to Humble, "The two labours are caught smallpox. What is our next step?" First of all, doctor inform the authority that is a captain in the ship. And secondly, doctor is not much experienced. So that's why he is very not confidently said these words to captain. Right. So next, Humble character sketches. So you can understood character sketch of Humble. He was the thickest. Thickest means fatty, The Humble is fatty man, 55 years old, known as a strict disciplinarian, very strict person, serious person, but also just and fair-minded officer. But he is helpful person, very serious person, but at the same time very helpful, kind person. Who? Captain Humble. How many years old? 55 years old. What is the physical feature? Fatty. At the same time, serious person, but at the same time, very kind and helpful person. So conversation gone with Ajay Crowning as a doctor, Humble as a captain. All right, the next paragraph. Doctor, he said, drawing up at last and coming close to me, his voice is unmistakably grim. Listen, you are a charge of this health of the ship. It is entirely up to you. Yes. Humble said that. Okay, I am in charge of this ship. I understood. You said this information to me. Very good. But the health in charge is doctor. So you should do what you like. That's the reply of Humble to AJ Cronin as doctor. I am entirely up to you. I am always with you. You do what you like. I can't give you any of my officers. If you have no helpers, I can't give my officers. You should have to arrange your own way. I am overloaded and understaffed. That means I am full of busy. I am in charge of the ship. I have too much work. I have not sufficient officers to help you. So that's why I didn't give any officers to you. You should have the in charge of health, and you should do what you like, and you should be take your own people to control this disease. What is the disease? Smallpox. Who said it? Captain Humble said this words to doctor. But I am going to give you the sreang. Yes, he said that you can take a sreang. Who is the sreang here? Hassan. Hassan is very brilliant. Captain know that. Hassan's confident. Hassan's fearless attitude. Hassan kind and pious manners. So that's why our Captain Humble said it. You can take a sreang. Believe me, he is the finest man I have. Who is the finest man here? Cap Sreang Hassan. Who said this? Mr. Humble said to whom? Doctor. You have got to keep this thing from spreading. And what more, don't let a whisper of it get out, or we'll have a bloody panic. So you should have to control it as you like it. You can take Hassan and you can take other medicine and everything as you like it. Don't disturb me because I have busy. Okay. Next paragraph. I left the chat room. Dr. I means here Ajay Cronin or doctor left the chat room after talking with the Captain Humble, realizing with his weakness in my stomach. The desperate responsibility of my position is to desperate with the words of Mr. Humble, because Humble is too busy. That's why he said that you don't want to interfere this matter. You should have to do your own way. And he's fresh in this experience. That's why he is too much desperate and fearful. Here we are, the middle of the Arabian Sea. Now the ship is moving through Arabian Sea. 1,500 passengers aboard. How many passengers there? 1,500. No means whatever of vaccinating them. There is no vaccination there inside the ship. Okay. And smallpox, the most deadly contagion. Contagion means epidemic, pagarchavyadi. In the old dictionary of disease, this is the most important contagion. So there is no proper vaccination. And now is COVID. We have a vaccination procedures continuing here and there. But in that time, in the ship, There is no proper vaccination method. So that's why his doctor is too much desperate and disappointed and helpless natures now. So at the same time, the ship is moving through the Arabian Sea. 1,500 passengers on the board. That's a total travelers. All right, the next paragraph. Back in the surgery. Back into the surgery room. Who? Doctor J. Cronin. One of the Lascars. Lascars means worker. Ship worker we can call a Lascar. No, every worker we cannot call the Lascars. This we can call only ship worker we can call a Lascars. Was in the grip of violent rigor. Rigor means virile. Violent means severe grip. What's a rigor comes out. The patient have severe rigor. I means your doctor, turned from this shivering man to the sreang, whose eyes are here mentioned. The sreang, Hassan's eyes here mentioned, reminded fixer upon me. We have got to isolate this man, check on the contacts. There was no sick bay on board, not an inch of valuable cabin space. The thing is that there is no space, there is no special room for these small patient people. So there is no any other place in the board of the ship, let me inside the ship. We want to create a separate room. We want to create now. There is no particular room there. So want to make, will make the room. Baffled means helpless nature. I looked at this srang, who undismayed again and turned upon me full force of his eyes. We will make a shelter on the after deck. Yes, he said it very confidently, without fear. Srang said it. Don't worry, sir. We can make a room with the cloth, not bricks, not a stone. Inside some of the corner of the ship, we can make a shelter room or shelter home for treating the patients of smallpox. It was made by not stone or bricks, it was made by only cloth. We can cover clothes. We will make a shelter on the after deck, Dr. Sahib. Very cool there with a plenty of fresh air. These people, the smallpox people, want the fresh air room. So we can make there a special room from clothes, from available clothes, and we will get there fresh air. So don't worry. So such kinds of help nature, such kinds of kind nature astonished the doctor. What a man is this? Even though he looked like ugly, but his presence of mind is very helpful for doctor. Because I already told, doctor is fresh in their profession and inexperienced. That's why Hassan's, without any education, without any good salary, without any good treatment from this ship, all of them are mocking except doctor only. So such kind of person now, great help, great, what we can get, great, the doctor get some kinds of relief by the words, by the act of Mr. Hassan Dasra. So that is our hero contribution in this incident or in this story. So such a great person of our Srang Hassan. Well, next paragraph. In the stern of the ship, protected from the view by a battery of derricks. Derricks means a crane, crane to lift some heavy goods. We use this derricks. This equipment is called as Malayalam crane. And donkey engines, as engine name, is set to work. He is set to work means started to work. Who Hassan to manufacture or make a ready-made cloth room. Within an hour, he heard erected with a silent efficiency, a large canvas shelter. Canvas shelter means cloth shelter. That means canvas shelter here means cloth room. A room constructed by Hassan himself. Mattresses and sheets, bed sheet and mattresses, talayana, were then brought up and two patients was comfortably installed. What is installed in the shelter room? And everything prepared by Mr. Hassan, and he did it work very effortlessly, easily, without fear. He is always with the patient. He never fear about it spreading or not. That was our hero, Sreang Hassan. Our next step was muster. Muster means collect the crew for through medical inspection. We want light there. Yes. One of these stalkers. Stalkers means in the ship there is a particular job person we can call as stalkers. His main duty to own the lights. I mean, it's just like electrician. You want to control the electric works. So they need a separate room. Already rooms ready, but there is no proper light. So one of the stalkers who complained of fever and headache. Here, stalkers means the person who's also got a smallpox, because he has also the symptoms of headache and a prodromal nodges. Nodges means kuru, ചെറിയ കുരുക്കൾ. With the beginnings of typical rash, he was isolated with the other case. Here, prodromal means varying. He is suffering this smallpox, this stalker, one of the stalker. Because before there's two persons, there's lascars, they are workers, ordinary workers in the ship. Other one is the stalker, that is also another person. His profession is stalking. That means open the electrician, just like that one. He is also under smallpox. So he is also admitted. Now total 3. And now who is going to help me attend this man? Yes, one nurse should be there, no? Actually, Mr. Hassan duty is not like this. Hassan glanced at me and surprised. At that time, doctor said that I need a nurse in side by side to me. Doctor always accompany with the nurse, but there is no proper nurse there. So doctor said that who is going to help me to these people, patients? Hassan glanced. Hassan looked at me and surprised. Why? Naturally, it is I am. Don't worry, sir. I will help you. Nobody help you except me. I already ready to help you. You must be careful. Doctor said that you must be careful because it's a spreading disease. This disease is most contagious. This is a spreading disease. You should be very careful. Contagious means spreading, epidemic. Pagarunna rogam. I am not afraid, Dr. Sahab. Who said it? Hassan. Without fear, he said it. With confidence, he said, I am not afraid, Dr. Sahib. All right, this next paragraph. Together, Hassan and I sponge the patients with this pregnated solution. That means sponge means they have to, they can't bath, so they have to use wet cloth and to clear their body with the chemical. Permanganate means here chemical. With use of chemical, they have wash. Wash means here sponge the body. Administered means he gave each man a strong antipyretic. Antipyretic means it's a medicine. പനി കുറയ്ക്കുന്ന മരുന്നാണ് antipyretic. Hung sheets soaked in disinfect round the shelter and set up within this little secret area. A cooking stove was liquid, could be heated, and simple meals are prepared. So in this shelter room itself, Hassan prepared the food for the patient. The patient couldn't, smallpox patient should have to avoid some food. That means don't eat fish, mutton, chicken like that. They want to eat very small kind of what's the food, liquid food. So it is prepared by Hassan himself, and also he must be cooking and make the stove properly there. All things as he is arranged, and even there has to care. This person, patients are care also has to. So as per the instruction of the doctor, he gave medicine to this patient without fear, and at the same time, doctor said that don't be near to them. Maybe it is spread to you. But Hassan didn't care that because Hassan is a proper human being. He's the exact quality of human being. He know that the life is only one. We should have to help others, especially when they are danger, when they are face challenges, when they face difficulty. We should help others. That is the God also said it. So here is we can see the clear picture of Hassan. What a kind person, what a pious, what a benevolent person Hassan is. So this is a person. So can you ready to serve just like this? All right, depends upon you. All right, the next paragraph. Next morning, however, brought fresh case for concerns. I found three new cases among this decade. I means your doctor found another 3%. Now 3%, another 3% also symptom of smallpox. The man already segregated. Segregate means separated. For much worse, and that same afternoon, four more, again four more crew sick. That means the job people are, that means laborers of the ship are also under smallpox. We now had a 10 case, now total 10 in our mark sheet. Lazar, okay, in our Lasato. Lasato means what is that? It's a place where diseases person have settled. The place, particular place we can call a Lasato, where patients are bedded. It was a situation to the test of strongest nerves, but the sreang calm, unperturbed, പേടിയില്ലാത്ത. Unperturbed means പേടിയില്ലാത്ത, without fear, gave me a fresh heart. Actually, doctor get courage only by the attitude of sreang or Hassan. If Hassan is not there, it is very difficult for to control this. Doctor can't control this patients and his atmosphere. So actually, doctors now stand with the help of Hassan. Without Hassan, nothing can happen there. So here, the effortless work, fearless work, fearless attitude, confident mind, brave, courage, kind, all these quality, all these human good qualities are surrounded by doctor in the way of Mr. Hassan. Okay. But the shrang calm is now still calm and unperturbed fearless, gave me fresh heart. Gave me, doctor, me here, doctor. In tending the patient, he was indefeatable. Indefeatable means without tired. Without tired. He work hard without to sleep, without to take proper food. He is serving these patients very interestingly, very surprisingly, very efficiently, very confidently, very calmly. So that was surprised by doctor. Such kinds of person is in this world. He doubts what a man Hassan is, or what a man Hassan was. All right, next paragraph. Okay, I think it's we want to stop here. Okay, next classes we want to know about what is Hassan's works and what is attitude of doctor, and how many of them survive, how many of them lost their lives, what is the ship reach, what is the attitude of the British people towards Hassan, all things we want to know that, right? Okay, so I wind up my class. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.